Hi, Sean.
I talked to you yesterday.
Good. You are fantastic.
Thank you.
Yes.
A great host. Sean is great. Listen to his show.
Absolutely, 95.5.
For the longest time.
This is Black Jeopardy.
Yeah, all right, what up? What up, what up? Welcome to Black Jeopardy, the only Jeopardy where every single viewer fully understood Kendrick's halftime performance. Oh, and look at this, Tracy Morgan.
Big dog gonna make some big money.
Now, wait a minute, Tracy, don't you already have a lot of money?
Well, you gotta have a lot of money if you're gonna live like I live. I eat 4-cheese lasagna. If it only got 3 cheeses, I ain't eating it.
Tracy Morgan.
I refuse to ingest 3 cheeses.
Shelley Winter Show, Monday. We're on till 8 o'clock. Let's get right to it. I went home. So let me tell you my story, my friends. We're live, we're local, we're topical, and we're relevant. So Sunday, first of all, let me say this. You guys know I'm extremely transparent, as Magic Mike tells me, and other people, friends, family have told me maybe I'm a little bit too transparent on this show. The worst Valentine's Day weekend in my entire life. The absolute worst. Did not go well. Horrible, right? So I spent a lot of time this weekend watching television. And one of the things that I went to did go to Ringling Brothers in Barnum, and I guess it's Ringling Brothers Barnum now, no Bailey or nothing but Barnum. A lot of fun. Took me back to my childhood. Totally different circus, but it was something to do. No animals, you know what I mean? They ran the animals out, and but it was cool. It was something to do. But so get home, right? Sunday, get up early, and went and hung out with my boy in the afternoon. Shout out to Matthias, Beverage City, down in Beverage City Liquor Store down in South Fulton. Shout out to him. So I hung out with him, and then I got home, right? And so my plan, and I stuck to my plan, was I was going to watch Saturday Night Live 50th. Now, let me tell you, going back, right, I was there at the early days of Saturday Night Live. Now, I may not have watched it as 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, whatever it is, but I watched it from 8th grade on, right up, on, when I say on, till college, Chris Rock and all of that stuff, right? But I'm a fan of Saturday Night Live, but I'm a fan of early Saturday Night Live. It got bad. It has had its ups and downs. And this is devoid of politics. Like, I don't mind Saturday Night Live making fun of Trump if it's funny, right? If it's not funny, it's not funny, because it's comedy. I don't mind you making fun of whoever it is. It should be funny. Now, when I really stopped watching Saturday Night Live and really stopped taking it seriously and just kind of started to tune out was when they refused to make fun of Obama. I was like, wait a minute, first black president, you've made fun of everybody else. What are you afraid of? Now I'm like, oh, I don't respect you guys as comedians anymore. But let me get to what I wanted to talk about. So Sunday, 8 o'clock, I had my dinner. I had my snacks, my chocolate chip cookies, my dinner. I got my pillows behind me, and I'm propped up. I am ready. Saturday Night Live, 50th anniversary, 3 hours. I am ready. And it starts off, I'm like, this is going to be bad. But because it started off with the Lawrence Welk, Robert Goulet. I'm like, Robert Goulet, how is that guy in any way, shape, or form relevant right now? I'm just like, I'm mad. And the segment and the sketch went on way too long. I'm like, okay, keep watching, Shell. Keep watching. It's going to get better. And so as I'm watching, they're playing new stuff, and I'm like, this stuff is just not funny. I'm like, oh, man, Saturday Night Live, it's the 50th anniversary. What are you doing? That's why we played the Black Jeopardy, because it's probably one of the funnier sketches. Steve Martin's opening monologue was hilarious. Even the Trump jokes were funny. Gulf of Steve Martin. That was a chuckle. It was funny. I mean, let's be honest, it's funny. But the whole entire 3 hours, 3.5 hours almost, I was just like, even Paul McCartney, I was talking to Eric Von Hesse as he was leaving. Like, I love Golden Slumber. I love that song. Well, I love that song because of George Benson's Other Side of Abbey Road, right? I know the Beatles version of it, but I know the song, and I fell in love with the song because of George Benson. If you've never heard the album, you've got to get it, Other Side of Abbey Road by George Benson. But I fell in love with the song from him. I'm familiar with the song, but even he sounded bad. And it wasn't his fault. The guy's almost 80 years old, so it wasn't his fault. But to me, I was just underwhelmed. Like Kendrick's halftime show. It wasn't bad, but I was just underwhelmed. I expected more. That could be on me, that I expected this, 50 years. And the problem is, for me, I wanted to see the old stuff. I wanted to be transported back to when I was first watching Saturday Night Live in middle school and high school, and we would see the sketches, and we'd go into class on Monday, and everybody would replay what they saw and act out what they saw. Because back then, 11:30 on a Saturday night, first you were you were showing your friends you were allowed to stay up late. That's the first thing. Like, did you see Saturday Night Live? Yeah, I saw it. Did you see this? Because that's what you were doing. You weren't like, it was only cool because you're allowed to stay up late on a Saturday. And this show started at 11:30, right? And then the musical guests were always good, always A-listers. So, it was just great. It was great. And that's what I wanted to see. I wanted to go back to an earlier time. I wanted to go back to a time when things were more simple. Comedy was funny. Nobody was off limits. You didn't protect people. You didn't only hit one side. You didn't only go after one group of people. Everybody, Jewish people, black people, gay people, white people, everybody was open for attack because it was comedy. And I wanted to see more of that. And these sketches that they had, you brought back some old stars. But even, a lot of people told me I missed the prison sketch, right? And I went back to watch it. That wasn't funny. Eddie Murphy and what's her name? Kenan Thompson. I was like, that wasn't funny. It wasn't funny at all. And I was like, this is not funny. And I'm thinking to myself, is it me? But it wasn't me. It just wasn't the same. And now you can say to me, well, Shelley, a lot of things have changed. You're just that old guy now. But that's not it. It's not it at all. I live in a world now where there are Twitter posts that are funnier than some of the sketches that I saw on Saturday Night Live. Really. Like, for instance, you had these sketches of all of this stuff going on. You had songs. You had Tom Hanks. By the way, let me talk about this. So in Black Jeopardy, Tom Hanks, I don't know if you guys remember, Black Jeopardy first came on 2017, I believe, or it may have gone back earlier, but they brought on this character on Black Jeopardy. Tom Hanks was a MAGA supporter. And the comedic part of that entire sketch was that Tom Hanks, as a MAGA supporter, knew all the answers to the questions. And he was actually beating the other contestants who were African American, which was genius in its simplicity. And what it was saying was that these MAGA supporters, poor, white, rural, working class people, had more in common with African Americans. And there shouldn't be any separation between the two. That was genius in 2017. It really was, because it's true. Skip ahead now, they got Tom Hanks on there, same character that they introduced to us, not wanting to shake Tracy Morgan's hand. Which is like, why did you do that? The whole genius of this bit was the fact that Tom Hanks had similar cultural experiences that put him in touch closer with his working class and poor African-American brothers and sisters than it did with his white elite East Coast, West Coast people. That was the genius of the sketch. But then you wiped it all out by saying, I'm not going to shake your hand because you're black. Stupid. Just dumb. And I swear to you, I stayed up till the very end. And I laughed maybe in 3.5 hours. I may have laughed 4 times. That's a shame. And it wasn't because of the politics. Like I said, comedy is comedy. If you're only laughing because it's a joke on Trump, or you're only mad when it's a joke on Trump, then you're missing the point of comedy. But I do know the point of comedy is to be funny. And if you're not being funny, then you can't call yourself comedy. Shelley Winter Show, 404-872-0750, 1-800-WSB-TALK. We'll be right back. Monday show, we're off at, what time are we off? 9. We're off at 9. We'll be right back.